After making the first dowel maker, I was pretty impressed with how it worked, but there were a few things that I wanted to improve on. The first was on how the blade adjusts. It was a bit too difficult to change the blade when you needed to sharpen it. The second thing was rounding off both the ends of the timber, one so you could fit it into your drill and the other so you could fit it into the jig. It's a bit too time consuming. Third thing was that often the timber would jam inside the machine, so I've made some alterations to improve that. And lastly was that as the timber came out the back of the machine as a dowel, it would often get a bit of a wobble up, and you had to lean over the machine to support that dowel to prevent it from breaking as it came out. The first step, the blade adjustment, I've addressed by having a little nut on the back, some washers, and slides in and out quite easily and tightens up easily and quickly. Good for getting that precise adjustment so that you get your dowels turning out as neat as possible. The second thing was rounding off both ends of the dowel, of the 12mm timber before it turns into the dowel, was quite time consuming. So I made up this little, it's like a converter or some kind of a mini chuck, fits into your drill. And then the 12mm timber simply slides in to the end. I also changed the angle of the blade so that it was less severe on the cut and required less rounding off. So you can do it without rounding that end off, but it increases the chance of that timber to twist and snap inside the jig, requiring you to manually remove that piece. So if you round off the end a little bit, it helps it to feed in nicely. This reshaping of the blade also drastically reduces the chance of that timber to become jammed in the machine after you have made a nice start. For the outfeed, I decided to go for a piece of PVC conduit. It has an extra piece on the bottom of the jig, screwed in place. It's removable. It simply allows conduit to be placed in, easily removed, easily placed in, and holds that for you as you use the machine. Step one is to cut your timber into 12 by 12mm strips. You can do a little bit longer than this, but the longer you go, the more chance it is of snapping. Once that's done, you need to insert the new conversion chuck into your drill and simply slide that over your timber. Step 2, you need to round off the end of your timber so it will fit nicely into the jig. Step 3 is to introduce the timber into the dowel maker and slowly rotate the drill to take off small chunks until the timber seats into the housing of the aluminium piece at the back. Once that timber has sat into the housing, you can increase the speed of the drill until the drill reaches its full potential. Step 4 is to cut the timber from the jig. And remove the excess timber. I'm going to try running some blackwood through the jig now. You may wish to consider placing a bin underneath the dowel maker because there's an awful lot of wood chips come out of it. So you can see you can make dowels very easily out of different timbers. There is a slight spiral on the dowel itself, but they're pretty accurate.